nobody's done you wrong. It's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, we got some people we need to call out here today. Some of these call them outs, I don't know if they're necessarily intentional or not. One of them has kind of gone viral that I saw at the Masters. I don't know if you saw the video, but it was Jordan Spieth, who's one of the golfers. And, you know, you kind of walk through the gallery amongst people, and they have those ropes out where people can't cross it, but they're on the side. And people want, you know, a high five or a knuckle bump or something like that. And so he's kind of going through the gallery, and people are on either side of the rope. And he kind of knuckle bumps this guy, but he's got his, like, putter in his hand. And as he knuckle bumps this guy, it looks like he takes the bottom part of his putter and hits this guy in the nards, because it looks like he takes it and intentionally goes doink and hits him, and the guy goes, oh, and you can see, and it's an older dude too that looks like he's probably late 60s.
Chip shot.
And people are like, did he intentionally hit that guy in the nards with his putter? Because he saw what was going on. It wasn't like it slipped. He just took it and goes doink and hits the guy kind of hard right in the nuts.
He does.
Yeah, you're looking at the video if you're watching KVJ TV. I'm like, I don't know that was an accident.
The old man goes down. He does.
I don't know if this is a guy that maybe had heckled him and he saw him and he's like, oh, here's this guy. I got something for you. Boink. But yeah, he totally hit him in the nuts. I'd like to know what that story is about. Hopefully somebody can get an interview with Jordan Spieth and find out.
I'd also like to recreate the video with Jay Bird as the old man.
That's fine. These nards are tough as steel.
Yeah. There's another interesting video that came out of the UFC event in Miami at the Kaseya Center on Saturday night. Donald Trump, he flew from PBI down to Miami to attend this event. And, you know, you had usual people that were there, including some people that are in his cabinet, like RFK Jr. And, you know, he's married to Cheryl Hines. She's the girl that is on Curb Your Enthusiasm, or was.
Okay.
She played Larry David's wife.
Yeah, and so she is standing next to RFK, and Trump is coming out saying, hey to everybody, but he shakes RFK's hand, but Cheryl Hines sticks her hand out, but Donald Trump big legs her. And
did he not see her?
I don't know. That's the one thing you can't tell if he saw her or not. But she was trending because everybody kept playing this clip. Be like, oh, she just got big league by the prez. And she's kind of like, and she even kind of notes it like, oh, my hand, huh? No?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess not.
She kind of tries to play it off as if, oh, never mind.
Right.
Has she said anything like about him that like she doesn't like him?
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't know. I mean, there was a lot going on. He's walking into the arena. Everybody's, of course, hail to the chief and all that kind of stuff that maybe he just didn't see. And she got big league. But don't you hate that if that ever happens? You ever done that where you try to high five somebody and they leave you hanging and everybody's watching and they see that you got...
Yes.
Dude, we did that at a KVJ live event where I went to high five the girl on stage and she completely didn't see it, but everyone else did. Like, I have to scratch my hair is what I want.
Right. It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
Well, for poor Cheryl Hines, it looked like she got big leagued by the prez, and her husband is closely associated with him.
I hate when that happens, and I hate when I think someone in public's waving at me and I wave back and they're not waving at me.
And
like,
someone's
hey.
behind you. I do that all the time. It's so humiliating. So I feel for Cheryl Hines today. I know what that's all about. Another Coachella call him out here. There's an artist. He spells his name all weird. It's like a D, and then there's a 4, and then it's like a VD. Maybe it's David. I don't even know who this artist is, but they tried to do something big because Coachella, there's so many cameras around, and you can make it or even, I guess, break it. And Benson Boone had done a front flip during his set, landed it perfectly. This guy, not so much. He is on a smaller stage at Coachella, and he's playing to the band, and he comes back, and his drum kit is on a riser. And so his plan is he is going to put his foot on the riser and do a backflip. But as he puts his foot up on the riser, he slips and goes up, and he hits so hard and lands on the back of his head.
Oh.
I don't know how he didn't knock himself out, but... I guess that's the whole thing. If you go big, you don't always land it. So he did not land it, and he is going viral today for the wrong reasons.
You might have to take a break after that.
Yeah. Time out.
Baby, do I have to still perform even though I'm concussed?
I got to get an ice pack.
Yeah. That dude went down hard. Some other call-em-outs here. I guess that... Jaybird, you got called out for your eyebrows.
Yeah, one of my niece's friends called me out in front of like 8 people. She goes, you are getting really bad gray, white eyebrows. I'm going, all right, you could have told me that in private. And I know I get them, and I try to pluck them out, but then I've been told, do not pluck out your eyebrows.
No, we should color them.
You gotta color.
Yeah, I'll get a little vegetable dye. We'll color them real nice.
So vegetable dye, that's not gonna give me any kind of itchy.
It's not like Just for Men. I know you had an allergic reaction to Just for Men. This is more of a natural dye.
How do you take care of your eyebrows, Kev? Do you do anything to them? Do you tweeze them? Do you trim them?
Nothing. No,
Nothing.
in fact, I'm the other way. A lot of guys have crazy, bushy, disgusting eyebrows. Mine are almost non-existent, so I never do anything to mine.
I'm just so afraid to trim them. I don't want to come in here looking, like I shaved my eyebrow off.
Be careful because it's nature's cruel trick. As your eyes start to go and you can't see that good, your brows also start to go. And so you'll go to fix your brows, but you can't see that great. And you'll mess them up really bad.
There's certain lighting where you go, "Ugh, is that so natural or is that too natural? Does it, that one light we have in our elevator, you look in that thing and you go, is that how we really look?
I'm a werewolf. Look away.
So
Right.
not flattering.
Yeah, I don't feel like that is a proper critique. I think your eyebrows look fantastic.
I appreciate it, but if you get close, she kind of got a point.
Nah. Yeah, you're good.
I'll hook you up. I'll dye those puppies.
But you're saying definitely don't pluck them, don't tweeze them.
I mean, what you can do is you can get little scissors and trim them. If you have crazy wild hairs, trim them. Don't pluck them.
You're right. After the age of 40, dudes start getting the weirdest hair in the weirdest spots. I don't know if it happens to you ladies like that.
Thank God it doesn't. But I'll see like dudes with like a bush coming out their ear.
The ear's the one you got to watch out that it can get you.
It's like it migrates. It goes to places you don't want it, and the places where you do, it's not there anymore.
And there's these dudes that forget to check their ears until the whole world can see it.
Yeah. Another column out here. This one is for producer Denny's. This came in through the Mic Drop feature on the 97.9 WRMF app.
We're calling out Denny's because the other day when you guys were talking about how well you know each other and you guys asked about a shoe brand, he said Adidas instead of Adidas. Like, does he not know what it is, or did you guys let him get away with that? Like, come on, you got to help us out here.
Denny's,
you got some explaining to do.
Adidas.
were you just being silly, or do you really think it's pronounced Adidas?
I thought he was being silly because Denny's knows Adidas.
We
I mean,
hope.
I know he's not much into sport, but he knows Adidas.
He was saying he's going to get a new pair of Nikes. Just do it.
Yeah, I always said Adidas my whole life. And then I think you read a story where the proper way of saying it is Adidas. So I changed up my game after that.
How's it going?
Well, I'm getting called out for it. Clearly not everyone heard the story.
So the correct pronunciation is Adidas.
I believe that's the way they say it.
Is it?
Wow.
And I had heard that it's actually an acronym for All Day I Dream About Sports.
That's what I always heard, yeah. All day I dream about soccer, all day I dream about sports. I think was what it
Had you
became
never
over
heard that
here.
about
No.
Adidas?
All day I dream about snacks.
There you go.
Well, I think Korn did a song with a play on words on that because it's all day I dream about sex. And that's why they have a song called Adidas.
I like Adidas better than Adidas.
Yeah.
I said Adidas my whole life. I heard the story, so I changed it. I switched it up. And now I say Adidas, and now everyone looks at me confused.
Good for you. You know what? That's it. You stick with that.
You're a man of mystery over there.
And we have got a family that is going viral because they didn't tip their server. It was all because the picture in the menu didn't match the food that they received from the kitchen. They got a much smaller portion than what they thought they were going to get, and the server had told them that it would be enough food for 2 people. Okay, so whose side are you on this? Here's the family explaining.
My mom sees these chicken fajitas. I say to our server, wow, that's a ton of food. Is that enough for both of us? She says, yes, definitely. So they order that. Food comes out. My parents are like, hey, this is not what we ordered. You said it would be a ton of food. You said it would be like the picture. And she's like, oh yeah, like that's what the chicken fajita is. So my mom asks for the manager. She comes over and is immediately like talking very loudly, talking over us. And she's like, yeah, it's basically like a chip bag where they enlarge everything to make it seem better. And my parents are like, no, our server told us that that's what we were getting. She says, I'm done. I'm going to get the other manager. So she runs over. She's like jumping up and down, pointing at us, yelling at the other manager about what's going on. And everyone in the bar is turning, open mouth, staring at us. If it wasn't for the rudeness of the manager, we probably would have given the server a couple dollars.
Huh. Now, is that something where you blame the server for that and you stiff them on the tip, or is it the restaurant's fault for giving you the illusion that you're getting more food than what you are?
I could tell just by that video that a family is annoying as hell.
Yeah,
They are annoying.
It didn't land for me. I kind of felt like, okay, the restaurant could be to blame, but I wouldn't take that out on a server. Would you, Virginia?
No, I would not. And you know what? If it shows up and it's not enough food for two, just order another one. Already you were trying to share one meal. So already you are coming off as a cheapskate.
Get over yourself. You don't deserve a press conference because the picture didn't match. Get over it. That's what
Right.
happens sometimes when you go out there. I
Yeah.
get if you're annoyed, but we're going to now get the manager involved. and
Right,
You're
yeah.
going viral. You're annoying.
Yeah, they are calling out the server, and I thought they were the ones that were really kind of annoying with all that. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but don't take it out on the server. And we do have a couple of good call-em-outs here today. And Stephanie is right. She said, these are the people that we should make famous. This kind human named Ron pulled over to the side of the road to help us with my flat tire tonight. He said he always keeps tools in his truck to help those in need, and he spent over an hour trying to figure out my spare tire.
Wow.
And he said he'd never seen one like that. He wouldn't even accept anything in return. In a world full of D's, be a Ron.
Aw, that's sweet.
That is very nice.
Where did he put the tracker?
Love to see that, yes.
You're lucky Ron didn't murder you. But here we are.
Yep. And Robert said, I worked a 12-hour shift and I stopped at Walmart, the 441 in Belvedere, to get some food for my boys for the weekend. And my card got declined multiple times. But as I tried to figure out why it was declined, the store wouldn't wait because they were closing. And this absolutely wonderful pair of women behind me paid for my entire grocery bill that was close to $40.
Wow.
A single dad struggling, it brought me to tears. Not just because of the generosity, but because as a white male, I am judged as privileged as well off, even though I go paycheck to paycheck. Thank you so much for what you guys did.
That's a beautiful thing. If you see somebody struggling at the checkout and their card gets declined, what a beautiful gift if you've got extra to step in and alleviate the embarrassment.
But if you see a man struggling in the parking lot, you let him be because 9 out of 10 men in a parking lot
Maybe more.
That's right.
are just deviants.
Up to no good.
That's right.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.